Hi, this is Mending Mahogany. Thanks for tuning into my channel. If you are a returning viewer, welcome back. If you are new to my channel and you like what you hear, please be sure to hit the subscribe button. And everybody, please hit the like button. So before we jump into the content for today, I just want to apologize that I have been kind of MIA. And if you hear in my voice, I'm kind of under the weather today, but I really wanted to stay committed to getting some content out. I think it's been about 3 weeks. I went out of town for Memorial Day, and then I had a family wedding on yesterday, and now I think because of all of that travel and just running around and busyness, my body is feeling it, and that's why I'm under the weather. But other than that, all is well. But I wanted to talk about something that I had posted a few weeks ago on my community page. I said that I was going to be starting my lock journey, and I did get my starter locks on Friday. And, I was a little nervous because I've never had locks before. I didn't know what to expect. And everybody who has locks, all you hear is trust the process. But, if you've never had locks before, it's kind of like, okay, the people who are saying trust the process have the long, luxurious locks. But I do like them. But me being on this lock journey for 3 days, what I see is my hair has a mind of its own, because it looks nothing like what it looked like the first day. Like I started with the comb coils rather than the 2-strand twists. But, I've been wearing my hair natural about 6 years, and my husband's my barber. So I always kept a tight cut, fresh color. So it's been quite challenging over the past couple of months to not color my hair and not cut it. But I finally reached the length where the loctician was able to, do my hair. So, like I said, I'm learning that my hair has a mind of its own, because no matter how I tie it down at night, it's just like sticking out. Like, I call them little rigatonis, like the pasta rigatoni, but like one is sticking up here, one is sticking up there. And I'm just going to have to let my hair do what it do. I guess this is part of trusting the process. But for me, my lock journey is it's also an internal thing. It's embracing the process of becoming who I am. And I'm not saying that I'm becoming my locks, but what I'm saying is I'm trusting the process of becoming who I am on this road to emotional healing. So I don't think it's any coincidence that I'm starting my lock journey now. You have to be in a certain place to start emotional healing. And I've been on this journey I believe I've been on the quest for a while for emotional healing. But as I've said many times before in my videos, that sometimes you want to do something and you don't know how to go about getting there. And, over the past year or so, God has put certain people in my life that have helped me get to where I'm trying to get to. So Friday was a very significant day. Number one, I started my locks. Number two, I had my first counseling session, and I've been doing group coaching and, a mentorship program for, like I said, past year. But there's certain things you can't get into in group coaching because, of course, you can't dominate the conversation and we talk about different topics. But what group coaching did for me was it allowed me to explore feelings that I had pushed down or forgotten about or just didn't want to deal with over the years. And I'm so grateful, because I don't think that if I would have not started group coaching that I would be able or comfortable to sit down with a stranger and talk to a stranger about very intimate things. So God knows when you're ready to move to certain levels and start exploring different things. So, like I said, my first session was Friday, and the counselor said, or the therapist said, "Why did you pick me?" And honestly, I picked her because as I was scrolling through, I found her on Psychology Today, number one, but I narrowed down what I wanted. I wanted an African American woman, and I wanted a Christian. And when I tell you this therapist exceeded my expectations, I mean, the stuff that we were discussing was like, I wasn't expecting her to say certain things. She started talking about deliverance and, when you start doing inner child healing, certain things might come up. Don't be afraid. And I was like, yeah, I came out and said, are you talking about deliverance? And I guess since I was picking up what she was putting down, she was like, yes, that's what I'm talking about. And she was like, I'm a Christian, you're a Christian. Would you mind incorporating that into our therapy? I'm like, no, of course not. This was what I was looking for. So it was good. It was a good session. Looking forward to meeting with her again and just, I've never had any type of counseling before. Never. I did, of course, premarital counseling. Did I even do premarital counseling? It's been so long. I don't I think we did. It's been almost 25 years. I can't remember. But I think we did do premarital counseling, but that was the only counseling like I ever really had. And we know that premarital counseling doesn't last forever. You have like 3 or 4 sessions before you get married and boom, welcome to the big leagues. But yeah, so it was very interesting. Like I said, I'm looking forward to taking this journey with my therapist and getting to the nitty gritty or getting down into certain things, that I've only scratched the surface with. And she said, counseling can be very emotional and you'll be vulnerable. She was like, are you sure you're not going to run away? I'm like, nah, I ain't running away because I've been waiting for this for too long. I'm not running away. I'm going to do what I got to do to get where I need to be so I can be healed and whole. And I went to a family wedding this weekend and I was talking to my aunt, one of my aunts, because I had told her, she had said she was in therapy a few weeks ago. I seen her. She said, "Oh, I've been in therapy for like 3 years. I love it. You find out so much about yourself. It's so good." I said, "Yeah, I reached out to somebody on Psychology Today, like a few people, and they never answered." She said, "Well, if I were you, I would try again." So that's what I did. I tried again. And that's how I ended up hooking up with this counselor that I have now. And I'm glad I listened to her. Because sometimes, you'd be like, I'll do it at another time. But timing is very important. Timing is very important when we step out to do stuff. So this was the right time. This was the right counselor. And I'm glad I reached out and tried again. And I, took my aunt's advice. So yesterday I seen her at the wedding and I was like, yo, I just wanted to thank you for telling me to try again with, finding a counselor. I found someone. I had my first session and it was good. She was like, "Oh, I'm so happy." So my one of my aunts overheard what I was saying and she had the nerve. I love my aunt, but she had the nerve to say, "Oh, really? What are you in counseling for?" And I just looked at her and I said, "I'd rather not get into all of that." That was the big boundary coming down. Like, that's just like no boundaries. You ask somebody, what are they in counseling for? But, people will try, but she got hit with the big boundary and there was no guilt or nothing. I said, I would rather not discuss that. Like, you don't need to know why I'm in counseling. And then my mother was standing there and my mother's looking like shocked. And she was like, "Oh, she doesn't tell me anything." I'm looking at her like, well, why would I tell? I didn't really feel the need to tell you that, but that just made me chuckle. I said, man, people have no boundaries, and audacity is at an all-time high because people just be asking you questions and don't feel no kind of way about it. But I'm very excited to be on this counseling journey and on my lock journey. I can't even say that I'm not a little nervous to go to work and church with my hair in my little coily stage. But once again, I'm battling through people pleasing and what people think, because people always have something to say. Like my husband said, you could be doing something good, you could be doing something bad. People always have something to say. Stop worrying about what people think and let that be that. So when I walk into work tomorrow and people see my hair, I'm sure there'll be a lot of oohs and ahs, but it is what it is. When I walk into church, I'm sure there'll be a lot of oohs and ahs, but this is my journey and this is what I choose to do. And that's that. I don't have to explain. I'm learning that I don't have to explain my actions to everybody. You know, certain people, of course, let's be honest, you have to be accountable to, but how I choose to wear my hair, I have to be accountable to nobody about that. If I want to wear my hair fried, dyed, and laid to the side, that's my business. If I want to start dreads, if I want to do a shortcut, I don't know. Well, let me talk about me. I'm learning not to be a people pleaser and not to be so concerned about people's opinions. And it is what it is. Let the chips fall where they may. But I'm on this journey and I'm excited about it. And I hope everybody is doing well. Like I said, I'm really not feeling that great. I'm sure you could hear it in my voice, but I did want to put some content out to let y'all know Mending Mahogany is still here. Your girl is still here. I just been a little busy, taking care of some things, but I'm still here. And I thank you for listening and taking the time to find value in what I have to say. So have a wonderful day. And once again, this is Mending Mahogany. Please be sure to hit the like button, share, and subscribe, and have a wonderful day.